have to make a confession. I am a recovering addict. I was addicted to being broke, and it was a tough, dark time in my life, and I just needed to break free from my addiction. And thankfully, I used this 12-step program to make $92,800 in just a single month's time. And man, this is tough. I'm just here to share my testimony and hope that it helps anybody out there that's suffering from the same addiction. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. It's because it's hard, it's hard. I'm sorry that you had to see me like that, but being broke, it sucks and it hurts. Now, I've done 7 figures online in my business selling digital products with just one doing a little over 900K. And it's just gonna take me 5 minutes to break down how 92K of that came in just 1 month. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you may end up dealing with that same addiction as I did. So let's get straight into these 12 steps. Step number 1, enthusiasm, drop it. Drop the enthusiasm out the gate. Now, take sales out of it. Just think if you were out networking or out hanging out and I walked up to you and I was just like, "Hi, my name's AstenCeo. Nice to meet you." You would feel comfortable. But what if I came up to you with all this enthusiasm? I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? My name is AstenCeo. Man, it is great to meet you. You look so wonderful." You're going to be taken aback and you're going to be like, "That guy is weird." The same thing goes down in sales. We've all dealt with that over-enthusiastic salesperson, right? It's no different if we're going out to buy a car or in a shoe store, or that person that's always trying to sell some new type of internet or something in front of the grocery store, right? But if somebody's just being genuine and nice and polite and well-mannered, we're comfortable way more than that person that's just over the top, over-enthusiastic. So in sales, don't be too enthusiastic. A lot of people, they try to overdo it and they just repel people and people just run away from that. Step number 2, say the word "you" in any of your messaging. I'll use this video as an example. Even though that I know more than likely more than one person is going to be viewing this video, I never say "you all" or "y'all" or "hey everybody" or "what's going on guys." I always say "you," because a lot of things in business and sales, it's all just human psychology. And whether you realize it or not, unbeknownst to you, your subconscious mind, it feels more settled in and it feels more personalized when you just say "you." So in any of your content, any of your marketing, any of your messaging, any of your branding, even though you're talking to many people, talk to one person and always say "you." Step number 3, don't pressure the sale, right? Don't pressure the sale. Like I said, majority of everything in business and sales is psychology. It's basic human psychology. When somebody feels pressured, they back away. They run the other way. A lot of times they run the other way fast. Think of anything that you've just felt pressured to do. You don't feel good about it. You feel uneasy. And customers, they want to feel as if they only want to buy something. The only reason that anybody buys anything is because they feel like it at the end of the day. So if they feel as if you need the sale, red flags come up everywhere because they're like, "Is this product any good? Does this product work? Does this product deliver on what it says that it delivers? If so, why does the person selling it, why do they seem so desperate? It seems like they need the money." Nobody wants to buy anything from anybody that they feel like needs the money. They only want to buy stuff from people that they know, like, and trust because they just feel like they buy it and they feel like that they'll get value from it. Now, even if your life is on the line and you know deep down in your bones, you need this money, like you need it, you can't come off like that to people. You can't come off like that to your leads and to your customers. Now, step number 4, it's about them. It's about them, not you. It's about them, not you. Think, majority of the people that can't grow their business or that can't sell their digital products, they're only thinking of themselves. They're only thinking of making money for them. They're not thinking about their actual customer, which goes into step number 5. Put yourself in their shoes, right? Put yourself in their shoes. Stop coming from a selfish place. In business and in entrepreneurship, the only way that you're going to get paid outside of a 9-to-5 is by solving somebody else's problem. And even in your 9-to-5, whatever your job is, if you happen to have a job, you're only solving other people's problem. That's the whole point of business. Think, every single dollar that you spend as a consumer, it's only fixing a problem that you have. That's how value is exchanged. So put yourself in their shoes and stop thinking so selfishly of yourself. Step number 6, you got to create value. You got to create value. Everything is a value proposition. And one of the ways that I have been able to grow my business online is because everybody else out there, or all of my competitors, they're all trying to do equal value propositions. But think, if the value is equal, then nobody benefits anything. And us as entrepreneurs, we have to give unequal value propositions. Think, if I was to give you $1 and say, hey, I give you $1 for $1, it doesn't make any sense, right? And that is an equal value proposition. That's why majority of people out here are failing. You need to give a unequal value proposition. Like everything that I do, any of my products, I basically sell $100 bills for $1. Is that not a great deal? Like, I know that if I create so much value for my customers, they go and do great things with it, and they go and win with it, they feel good about that, and then they turn into evangelists for me because they just go and spread the word about all this good stuff that they got over here from AstenCeo. Which leads into number 7, step 7. The word no does not equal bad. Look, you got to understand, this is a numbers game. And so many people, they're scared of hearing the word no, and then they get so discouraged by hearing the word no that they quit. Or they say, it doesn't work. Think, how many times have you yourself tried something, failed at it, and then said it doesn't work? Or how many times have you seen other people try something, fail at it, and then they say it doesn't work? But these people, they don't realize that it's impossible for work not to work. All work works. If it's not working for you, it's working on you, and it's turning you into the person that you need to be for it to work for. So I used to play this game. The first ever business that I got started in was in real estate, right? And I turned hearing all these no's over the phone into a game, because I know if I hurry up and get all the no's out the way, I'm that much quicker to hearing a yes. So I'll be like, dang, okay, I just got 57 no's in a row. I'm due for a yes. So the same thing applies to online business. Everybody that doesn't purchase anything, everybody that doesn't click a link, they're basically just saying no. I'm like, okay, let's hurry up and get those out the way so I can get my yes. And then once you start tracking what's called KPIs, and KPIs stand for key performance indicators. Once you start tracking your numbers in your business, You'll actually see the no's as a good thing because you'll be able to see, okay, for every 25 no's that I get a sale. So let me just hurry up and get this in front of 26 people, because I know for every 26 people, 25 of them is going to say no, and that one is going to say yes, and I get a sale. And then it turns into a game. How many no's can I get today? Because I know how many yeses will come from those no's. Now, step number 8 that I used in getting these sales in that 1 month was to be you. Be yourself. And I'm guilty of this too, so I don't want you to think that if you are doing this, you're the only one. My past self is guilty of this myself. A lot of times when we get started in something new, or we get started in branding ourselves online or creating content to drive some traffic to our products, we get caught up in being a copy of somebody else. Or we see things that are working for other people that we think is successful, and we try to implement what they're doing, or we try to talk how they're talking, or we try to make our content look like what they're looking like. If you want to make some money out here online with your digital products, you need to be completely different from everybody else. If everybody's going right, you need to go left. If everybody's going up, you need to go down. If everybody's going forward, you need to go backward. You need to stick out like a sore thumb. Everybody that's not succeeding at what they want to succeed at, it's because they're just blending in with everybody. They're scrolling their phones, they're scrolling their timelines, they're on YouTube, and they're seeing other people that they think are successful. And they're like, okay, they're successful, that's working, let me do that. Let me sound like that. Let me talk like this. Let me make my content look like theirs. Here's the thing about when you copy other people. There's a phrase that says, there's nothing wrong with being a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. That's true and false. Because if you're copying other people, all that you're going to do is remind the audience of their originator. My favorite basketball player of all time is Kobe Bryant. I love to use Kobe as an example. God rest the dead. But no matter how good Kobe was, or no matter what Kobe accomplished, he can never get in those greatest of all time debates amongst like the media and stuff. Why? Because he only reminds them of Michael Jordan. Kobe said that he saw the best. He said, that's the greatest ever. I'm going to copy that to a T. But the world already saw it. And no matter what he did, no matter how good he got, no matter what his accomplishments were, he only reminds them of Michael Jordan. Be yourself, and you will be shocked to find out how many people out there relate to you. You can have the same exact message or the same exact information as somebody else, but the way that you say it or the way that you present it, there's going to be a group of people that resonate with your message. I know I'll tell something to my mama and she won't listen to it, and then she'll hear the same exact thing from somebody else and she'll act like it's like the first time she's ever heard it. She thinks it's so genius. But because the way that they said it and their messaging resonated with her more than the way that I said it. So be yourself, stand out, be that sore thumb out there. Which leads into step number 9. If you feel something is not right about your industry, say it. If you feel like something is not right in your industry, say it. Be the outlier. There's certain things that go on in my industry. There's certain things that a lot of these quote unquote gurus be doing. A lot of these Lamborghini guys, right? I'm not saying all of them because I'm friends with some of them and some of them are good people, but as a whole, I don't like it. I say it. Stuff that they'll go charge $50,000 for, I give it away for free. A lot of those guys don't like me because of that. One of the things that they like to say is teach the what and sell the how. That's real big in the online education space. I'm like, teach the what, sell the how? No, I tell people how to do stuff. They say that's stupid. Well, you go do what you do. I don't like a lot of the predatory, a lot of people's marketing is very predatory in nature. It don't sit right with me. A lot of things that I've been taught from people, I've never executed on it because it doesn't sit right with me. I did the same thing in my 9-to-5 job. My first 9-to-5 job, I worked for a car rental company. I won't say the name of the company, but I'm pretty sure you can guess it if you just think of a big car rental company. But one of the ways that they told us to upsell people in the cars or to get people to sign up for insurance and stuff, it didn't sit right with me. And guess what? I would get awards every single month from the company because I was one of the biggest in the city. I live in one of the top 5 largest cities in America in sales every single month. Why? Because the customers appreciated me being honest and upfront and just telling them the good and the bad and letting them make a decision. Other of my coworkers, they would always be in arguments with customers and whatnot because the customer would always feel like they got scammed or bamboozled or hoodwinked or they didn't tell them everything or they didn't know what they were signing and stuff. I spoke up on this stuff and I ended up getting rewarded for it with awards, not in money. But still, same thing. If something in your industry is the norm and the standard and it doesn't agree with you, say it and people will appreciate that about you. Now, and that also goes into number 10. You want to be a doctor. As an entrepreneur, remember earlier, I said that we're only in the problem-solving business. You don't want to be a salesperson. You want to be a doctor and find out what is the issue that your leads or your customers are having and be a doctor and fix those issues. One of the good ways that you can be a doctor as an entrepreneur and in your sales with your digital products, when you create content and you post it and people ask you a question, instead of just answering that question, maybe ask a question back. Think about it. When you go to the doctor's office, do the doctors just diagnose you? No, they sit you down. They sit you on that weird little cold white paper and they start asking you questions. And then they figure out what to diagnose you with or how to help you based off of you answering their questions. So if you give some value to somebody through your content and somebody's inquisitive or they ask you a question in the comments or send you a DM or email or whatnot, if you could answer it, go ahead and answer it. But you may be able to help them a little deeper if you ask them a follow-up question to their question, and you will also help them realize more answers through the questions that you ask them. But don't be a salesperson, be a doctor, because we're just in the problem-solving business. Which leads into number 11. Remember I said outweighted value propositions. Outweighted value propositions. As I mentioned earlier, we're here to create value, but in that value that we create, everybody that's just looking for equal value propositions. We want to be the person that is just overly adding value. Think about it. The customer or consumer in today's day and age is already under the presumption that they should just get stuff for free. I was shocked and appalled when I logged on to Netflix one day and it wouldn't let me watch anything because it said, "Oh no, you can't watch this. This isn't your house. You're using your friend's password." I was like, my goodness. I've been using my friend's password for 10 years. How dare you, Netflix? And all these shows and movies that spend tens of 20s of hundreds of millions of dollars to produce this content, I feel like I should get it for free. So if we're already conditioned like this, this is a YouTube video. Think of everything that we get on YouTube for free. Even just using myself as an example, all this content that I'm giving for free, this is stuff that be in people's courses and stuff. Right? So you have to give an outweighed value proposition. Anything that I do, I'm like, I want a 10x return on it. Like I sell something, they should be able to feel like it's 10 times worth that or get at least 10 times the result off of their investment into my products. Which leads into the last and the most important, is communication skills. Communication skills. This is so important. Listen, if you just work on your communication skills, you can get so rich. Everybody has a different definition of rich. Everybody has a different definition of what they view as successful. But this is what it all comes down to, just communication skills. Look, there's 4 levels of value, right? There's 4 levels of value. The first level is implementation. Implementation means that you make money with your hands. It's impossible to scale, right? Money is an infinite resource. Your time is a finite resource. So everybody makes money with their hands or their physical body. It's impossible to scale. The second level of value is unification. Unification is just people that unify the one step below them. So think in a 9-to-5 workplace, just think of like supervisors, managers, and all that stuff. The third level of value is communication. This is where people start to make life-changing money with communication. I am an effective communicator. Think anybody that's out here that's really making a good amount of money, they are at least effective communicators, right? And one of the ways that you can practice your communication skills, use social media. One thing that I did was I went live. I went live on my platforms, and even if it was only 3 people on there, I'm talking like it's 3 people on there. When it went to being 0 people on there, I'm still talking in my live like it's people on there interacting, because I didn't want anybody to happen to hop onto my live and just see me just sitting there staring at the camera. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on? If it was 0, I'm still talking, I'm still presenting like it's 2,000 people on there. So for when that 1 or 2 does hop on, I'm still in the mode talking about whatever I'm talking about. And another way that you can work on your communication skills, fuck! Just say the F word. Like every time you think to say the word every time you say one of those, you gotta scream out the F word. Fuck! Right? Imagine how quickly you will stop having all those if you know every single time you say it, you have to loudly, embarrassingly, like you got Tourette's, just be out here cursing. People gonna be like, what is wrong with you? And the highest level of value is imagination. This is when you make money with your mind. I'm not gonna really get into that, but that's how all these people that you see right here, that's how they beat their addiction of being broke. And if you're ready to make more working less online with digital products, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join the It's Crowded at the Top community for weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, and a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $47 a month to join. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description, and I will see you on our call this Wednesday. And go ahead and check out this playlist right here for more strategies on how you can have numbers like this coming in online in your business with digital products. It's Crowded at the Top.